Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome to AdamMcKola TV. I'm Adam. I am still inside Old Trafford. The game finished about 15-20 minutes ago. I am taking part in the sit-in, the protest against the Glazers. It was organised by the 1958, and you can hear that right now. United fans singing against the Glazer ownership, protesting against the Glazers. Not long ago, I seen like a 4, 5, 6-year-old girl with a flag that said, full sale only, Glazers out, young, old, red. We're all here today with the green and gold to obviously protest against the Glazers, and we're still in the stadium right now. I'll show you a look and see in front of me. I was just a bit further down there not long ago with Jay, just soaking it all up, having a little bit of a sing-song. It's all positive in here. There's no violence. It's a peaceful protest against the owners of Manchester United. People talk about why Manchester United fans protest, because the Glazers have run this club into the ground. 1.5 billion plus taken out of the club. The club's still in massive debt. The debt that they brought to the club when they arrived here, we were debt-free in 2005. They buy us in a hostile takeover. They leverage all their debt onto the club. And when it seemed like we were going to get rid of them, when it seemed like they were finally going to sell, the Glazers have stuck around and they're still here, dragging their feet on the way out. You can hear that there. We want Glazers out. We really do want the Glazers out. And I include myself in that. I've been anti-Glazer since they arrived here in 2005. And I'm so glad to see people still protesting now. And hopefully it's not long until it's the end of it. Can I just say hats off to the 58 and everyone that's organised this process as well. Absolutely fantastic. The game today, Manchester United obviously won 3-2. It was a ropey one. I arrived at the ground probably about... I got in to the ground just as the game kicked off. And as I was obviously going up to my seat, they scored the first. Before I even exited and saw the pitch, they scored a second. So I didn't see either of their goals. I have seen them since. And obviously, Anthony and Wan-Bissaka, really, really poor. We shouldn't be letting them score from that. And then a set piece that isn't defended properly. But Manchester United reacted well. We were probably helped by the fact that Nottingham Forest then sat really deep and had something to hold on to. Maybe if it's just 1-0, they still go for it a little bit. But they sat really, really deep. We get that early breakthrough through Christian Eriksen. I think it was a fantastic goal for us. It was really in the 6-yard box poaching and got that goal there for us as well. And then we're back into it and you're thinking, right lads, get the second before half time. Let's make this 2-2 going in at the break. But unfortunately, we couldn't do that. We did keep the pressure on though. We kept pushing. We kept trying to make things happen. It was clear that Forest still had an awful lot on the break. So we had to be aware of that. Forest had a lot on the counter-attack, and we had to worry about a 1 year in Brennan Johnson, Anthony Elanga when he came off the bench, etc. So Nottingham Forest had a real threat on the counter-attack. Listen to that. Listen to that. Listen to that. Yeah, Nottingham Forest had a real threat on the counter-attack. But Manchester United managed to make it 2-1. We go in at half-time. We come back out. We get that goal from Casemiro now. Thank God he scored, because the conversations that would have been had around Casemiro, I thought his performance improved as the game went on. But in the first half, there was a corner from Bruno that wasn't really well taken, but it wasn't defended well on the front post. And it skimmed all the way through into the 6-yard box where Casemiro had a free header open goal. And somehow he missed it. I get it, it came at him quickly. Maybe he didn't expect it to, but you have to be scoring that. And he didn't make a mistake with his second opportunity though. Inside that 6-yard box, he made sure he got his goal and made it level for Manchester United. And then, obviously, we keep pushing. I think we would have got the third goal without the help from the red card. There was a red card, obviously, given for Nottingham Forest. I think it was a deserved red card. Bruno Fernandes was clean through on goal. He gets bundled over, clumsy defending. The Forest defender brings him down, and then he gets sent off. It was Worrell who got sent off. And then Manchester United just have this opportunity where we got to play 30 plus minutes against 10 men to get the winner and get 3 points. And thankfully, we did that, but it was a little bit squeakier than it needed to be. Bruno Fernandes with the winning goal, which was a penalty won by Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford didn't have a very good performance today, but he got an assist for the first goal through Christian Eriksen, and then wins the penalty for Manchester United's winner. So it was a little bit better in terms of output, getting himself like 1.5, 2 assists if you count winning the penalty as an assist. But his performance has got to be better. You can see he's lacking in loads of confidence at the moment, and we need a little bit more from Marcus Rashford. Anthony, I've been crying out for a little bit more from him. He started the game really badly. He's involved in their first goal. Sal United and fuck off. He was involved in their first goal, Anthony. But then, as the game went on, he growed in confidence. He had the beating of his man. He wasn't attacking like I want him to, get a little bit more ruthless and run at people. But he was pulling out a few tricks and flicks. And I thought him and Aaron Wan-Bissaka were the best thing about our attack today. They were really, really good going down that right-hand side. How crazy is this as well? One of our most confident players on the ball at this moment in time is Aaron Wan-Bissaka. How surprising is that? I never thought I'd see that. But there you go. We had seen it. Look, not ideal start to the game. We conceded 2 awful goals to concede. We have to be a lot better than that at Arsenal next week. But Manchester United fought back and got the win, and I think there's a lot of positives to be had there. Look, we've scored goals so far. Our 3 goals have come from, today, from 2 midfielders. 3 midfielders scoring today, Bruno, Eriksen, Casemiro. In the other game, who was it that scored? I can't even remember, but it wasn't a striker. We haven't had any strikers scoring for Manchester United so far. We need to get our strikers on the scoring list. Marcus Rashford not playing well. Anthony Martial got 60 minutes in the boots today. I think he had a few good things. He led the line all right, but he's got to want to score a little bit more than he does. And obviously we got Rasmus Højlund to return. There's still lots to go on. Mason Mount hopefully to get fitted in. We're playing with not many new players. Hopefully we can bring in someone like Sofyan Amrabat. But today, there were a lot more positives than negatives, especially when you consider the way we ended that game in the first half. In the first couple of minutes, conceding those 2 goals. Awful stuff. But as you can hear right now, the protests inside Old Trafford continue. The Manchester United fans are still singing. They want the Glazers out of this club ASAP. The message can't be any louder. Obviously, there could have been more Man United fans in here, but there's a good few thousand still remaining in this ground today, and they'll be buzzing with Erik ten Hag's Reds getting a win. We keep up our good home form. Other teams have dropped points in the league as well. When we look at those teams around us, Newcastle, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, they've all dropped points as well. So not the end of the world given that defeat against Spurs. And fingers crossed we can go and get a good result against Arsenal next week. It will have to be a lot better than this though. Anyway, we want Glazers out. I'll see ya on the other side.